So this is the Karangahake Gorge. It's an old gold mining installation, and just up there in the mist there's an old volcano called the Karangahake volcano, and this area was extensively mined in the mid 1800s right up to the mid 1900s and longer in some areas. And there's a huge river that flows through this area. And back in those days they used the river to generate power and steam, and there was about 2,000 people that lived in this area and extracted thousands and thousands of ounces of gold out of this area. And there's still the tunnels remaining in these areas, and today we're going to go for a bit of a walk through those. As you can see, there's remnants of the old mining structures just behind me here. So we're going to be taking a look at some of those. And the purpose of today really is to test out some black and white film. I've got a roll of Kodak Tri-X 400 and a roll of Ilford HP5, so we're going to be comparing those two films together. I'm going to shoot them at box speed, so ISO 400, and yeah, we're just going to see what happens. So before we get into the video today, I just want to say quickly, a big thank you to you guys. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers. I think we're approaching 1,500 now, and that's a huge milestone that both myself and my family really appreciate. So a big thank you to anybody who's ever watched, liked, even disliked, commented and subscribed to my channel. I just want to let you guys know that me and my family really appreciate that, and yeah, there's great things in the future, and yeah, thank you once again. So just back there is one of the old mine entrances. There's a tunnel. It's got a gate on it that's locked. So, and there's some tram lines that just run by here. So I'd imagine that people would have mined the gold out of there, brought it out here, put it on some sort of cart, and then carted it off. So I just like the gate. It's quite rusty and it's got all this green vegetation around it. So I had my 80mm lens on there and the exposure time was 2 seconds with a polariser on. So again, reciprocity was coming into play. So it was about 6 seconds for Kodak and 3 seconds for Ilford HP5. So I've done about 7 or 8 shots now. I'm going to continue walking around and see what else we find, but enjoying this very much so. So we found, which is quite cool actually, a little kind of tram that they must have used for carting round mined gold and ore and rubble, anything really, moving things along these tramways. So I think it's quite cool, and I've just arranged it so that the tram sits on the right hand side of the image and these tram lines kind of lead the eye in through off into the distance, just to give some perspective of the actual tram itself and the tram lines, and hopefully that just kind of brings it all together so you can get a bit of a sense of what this tram's about. So I've got my 50mm lens on here again, and because I'm focusing quite closely I'm using my floating lens element, and it was ½ second exposure with a polariser at f11. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this one, and yeah, hopefully there's more to find. So that's it, 12 shots done. Ilford HP5 versus Kodak Tri-X 400 right here in the Karangahake Gorge. What are your thoughts on the film? Leave your comments down below, let me know what shots you like, what you didn't like and the reasons why. So I recently did a podcast interview with a guy called Chris. I'll leave a link in the description section down below where you can go and check that out. Chris is a portrait photographer in the UK and he also runs a podcast, and he was quite keen to interview me. And he was interested in my story coming to New Zealand and why I shoot film. So if you want to listen to that, go check that out. And yeah, thanks once again, and I will see you next time. Bye for now and take care.